Hey lovely people, welcome back to my channel. This is the Cast Hub. In today's video, I'll be taking us how to make this beautiful dress that you're seeing on my thumbnail. This is the one I actually made. It is a corset dress with a mermaid down and a constructive trendy fly, I call it flyover, attached to the side of the hand. If this is what you love to watch, kindly sit back. It's going to be a lengthy one, but we'll be separating the videos. In this particular video, I'll be making the upper part of the dress. We'll be drafting and concluding everything about the upper part of the dress. Then in my next video, I'll be showing us how to make the down part, that's the mermaid part of it. If this is the first time you're coming across my channel, please, I beg you, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my page and put on your notification bell to always get notified whenever I post a new video. To my existing subscribers, I say thank you. You are well appreciated. So if this is what you will find helpful and you will love to watch, kindly sit back as I take you through this process. It's going to be a simple one and I'm not going to confuse you. So my table is my pattern paper. We'll be drafting it on a pattern paper. Then we'll transfer to our fabric. So I've gone ahead to measure out. I've gone ahead to mark my bust span. I've gone ahead to mark my under bust. And I've gone ahead to also identify my waist. And that is the shoulder. My borderline becomes the shoulder line. So from the shoulder line to the bust point is 10. And from the shoulder line to the under bust is 13. Then from the shoulder line to the waist is 19 inches. That is all I have done already. So I'll be going ahead to take my neck width and neck depth. My neck width is 4 inches. I like using 4 inches. Then the next depth I will be using is also 4 inches. That's 4 by 4. I'm going to mark that and then I'll use my black curved rule and connect the dots. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to be taking my shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is 16, and 16 divided by 2 is 8 inches. I'll mark it at that place. Then from that place, I'll come down by 1 inch. Then I will connect the 1 inch I came down with to meet the neck. Then I'll come up by 2 inches from the bust point, which automatically becomes our chest line. I will do a line, I'll mark a line across there. Then I will take my shoulder line to meet my chest point. Our chest point automatically becomes the shoulder to the armhole depth. Then I'll get the midpoint of my armhole depth. Then from the midpoint, I will come in by half an inch. I will take my bust circumference, which is 39 divided by 4. It will give me 9.25. Then I'll connect the 3 dots the way you are seeing me do right now. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take my bust span. My bust span is 8 and 8 divided by 2 is 4 inches. I will mark 4 inches on my bust point, on my under bust, and on the waistline, and as well on the chest line. Then I will use my ruler and connect the dots that I have identified. Then on the under bust, I'm going to come out by both sides by 1 inch. 1 inch on both sides, with the bust point as the midpoint. 1 inch on the left and 1 inch on the right on the under bust and on the waistline. Then I will connect it with my ruler. On the bust point, I'm going to come down by half an inch and go up by half an inch as well. Then I will use my curved rule to connect the under bust to the half inch I came down with at the bust point, the way you see me do right now. So I'll go ahead and check what I have on the waistline as the dart, on the under bust, sorry, as the dart, which is 2. Then I'm going to go out on the center point of on the center front of the chest line by 7.5 inches, and on the other side front, I'm going to go out by 1.25. Then on the chest point, I'm going to come up by half an inch to make sure that the bust is well covered. If you want yours revealing, you don't need to go up by that. So I'm just going to connect the dots I have identified the way you see me do to the bust point. That's the half an inch I came up with on the bust point, the way you see me do right now. Then on the chest line, I'm going to come down by half an inch. I'm going to come down by half an inch. If you want your sew revealing, you can come down by 1 inch. For me, I'm going to be coming down by half an inch. Then I will go in again by half an inch from that point. I'm going to go in by half an inch. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to be using my curved rule to connect the under bust point to the half an inch I came out with, which I have already done, as you see me do. I've already done that. Then I will connect the upper part of the chest line to the point I came down with as well. So on the armhole area, I'm going to find the midpoints at that point. And once I get to the midpoint, I'm going to come down by half an inch. Then I will extend the line outward. I will extend the line outward. Then I will use my curved ruler and connect it to the chest line that I have already identified to form a curve. Then by the side as well, I'm going to take it down to meet the under bust as well. Then our corset is formed. You can see it that our corset is well formed. So what I'll be doing next is to take my bust circumference, which is 9.25. I'm going to mark it at that place. Then I will take my waistline as well, which is 33 divided by 4, which will give me 8.25. I am going to go ahead and mark it. And once I'm done marking that, I will go ahead and replace the 2 inches that we took for our darts. I'm going to be replacing it there. That's 2 inches. I'm going to be replacing it as well. Then I will use my ruler and connect the dots. And that will be all for the front. And we'll go ahead and cut out everything that we have done. So on the chest line, I'm going to be replacing what I have taken out as the darts. I'm going to be replacing it by the side. So I'm just going to add 2 inches as well by the side of the chest line. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to be connecting the dots, and then we'll go ahead and cut the front and cut and then draft the back part of this dress. This is how easy it is to draft a corset pattern. Very, very easy and straight to the point. So I'll be going ahead to cut it out. So we are done with the front pattern. You can see how easy it is. So I'm going to go ahead and join the two front parts, because I don't want to have any joining in that front. So I'm going to go ahead and join it with my tape. Then I'm going to go ahead and label the corset, the bra side 1 and 2, in order not to get confused. Make sure you do yours like that, because most times you confuse one for the other. So that is all we have for the front part of the dress. So I'll be going ahead to draft the back. So here is my paper for drafting the back. The back is not that difficult to draft. So I'll be going ahead to mark my neckline and neck width. Neck depth is 1 inch and neck width is 4 inch. So I'm just going to connect it the way you see me do. I'm going to take my shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is 16 divided by 2 will give me 8 inches. I've already gone ahead to give allowance for my zip, because zip will be at the back. So I've come down on my shoulder by 1 inch to form the shoulder slope. I've connected it to my neckline. So I'm going to be taking my chest line, which is 2 inches above from the bust point. Then I will use it as my armhole depth, and that will be all for that. So I'm just going to mark the circumference of my bust on the bust line. I'm going to also mark it on the chest line. Then I will make my curve for my armhole depth. All right, I'll be going ahead to take my bust to point measurement, which is 4 inches. I'm going to mark it on the bust point, and then I'll mark it on the waistline. I'll connect it with my ruler. On both sides of the bust span, I'm going to come out by 1/2 inch on both sides. Then I'll connect it down to the bust line, the way you see me do right now. So I'll be going ahead to mark out the opening at the back. You know it's going to have an opening at the back, which is on the illusion net that we're going to be using as the yoke. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. From the neckline, I'll be coming down by 2 inch. From the neckline, I'll be coming down by 2 inch. You can come down by 3 inch. You can come down by 2.5 inch, depending on you. So I'm just going to come down by 2 inch. Then on the bust point, I'm just going to connect it with my curved ruler straight down to meet the dart. Straight down to meet the dart. As you see me place my curved ruler, is is going to be curvy the way you see me do. You can decide to make your own a sweetheart neckline, depending on you. So we have our curve created. So what will I be doing now? I'll be going ahead to take the circumferences of all my measurements. I'll be going ahead to take the circumferences of all my measurements. On the bust part, I'm going to be taking the circumference of my bust, which is 11.25. On my waistline, I'm going to be taking the circumference of my waist, which is 8.25, and I'll be replacing the 1 inch I took out for the dart as well. I'm just going to use my ruler, my stretch rule, and connect the dots that I have identified. Then I will go ahead and cut it out. Mark you, all this drafting that I'm making, I've not added any allowance to any of them. So I'll be going ahead when I'm transferring to my fabric. That is when all the allowances will come to play. So just watch me as I do this. The way I'm cutting it, just pay attention to how I am cutting out everything that I'm cutting out. So you can see how I yanked out that area. So this is the back. We have the back already, and we have the front as well. So we'll be going ahead to transfer it to our fabric. And on their fabric, we'll be cutting on the net, then on what we'll be using to line the net, and then the lining proper. So we'll be having 3 pieces on for everything. So this is the bust for the bust, and then that is the illusion net for the down part of the dress. You can see the way it is. It's on a fold. It is on a fold, and I've already put in my allowances for the joining. You can see everything that I did. I did a 1/2 inch on all the side on all the sides, and then the side that will go towards the side of the body, I did 2 inches. So you can see everything is ready there. So we'll be heading over to start joining the materials. So here we'll have it. I've already gone ahead to use my hemming gum to attach the net to the lining that I'll be using for the down part of the top. So I'm going to set it aside, and I'll be working on our bust area, that's the corset area. Then remember we numbered this, so we'll be very careful in separating them so that we'll not mix up everything. So take one from here and take one from the other part, and then I'll use my safety pin and pin them together the way you see me do. I'm going to do the same thing to the lining as well. So I'm going to be joining it on my machine. Then the bust part I'll be using for the bust part, I'll be sewing it the way you see me do, the way I showed you on both of them. I'll be sewing it down that way so that we can get the shape that we want. You can go ahead and sew your own the way you see me do right now. So I am done joining the two, and I even went ahead to use my hemming gum to stick it to the pad part. Not to worry if you don't have hemming gum, not to worry. What you just do is to run a stitch around it the way you have seen me. Just a tiny stitch around it to hold it down. So I've already gone ahead to also join my lining. I will set it aside to work on this part. I've gone ahead to create a casing for my boning. You can go ahead and buy bias if you so wish, but I needed to create this one myself. To create it, I just cut out a 1.5 inches material and fold it in by half on both sides, and then left half an inch for my boning to accommodate my boning. So what I'll be doing next is to go to my machine and sew it down. Then I'll also be going ahead to the way I placed it on the material. That's the way I'm going to be sewing it down on my machine, and I'll be working on the back side too, the lining to the lining, and then the lace to the lace. Here we go. I've already gone ahead to sew down the boning casing on the clothes, and then I've gone ahead to attach my corset to the dress. So we'll be going ahead to attach our net as well. You can see I doubled the net, so I had to work on the neck area. Then I had already stitched the neck area and ironed it down. I've also joined the bustier. I've also joined the lining as well. So what I'll be doing now is to make sure that the illusion net aligns with the body of the top that we are making. So I'm just going to make sure it aligns at the center part, and then I will use my safety pin to hold it down as well. Once I'm done holding it down, I'm going to go and stitch it on my machine, and then I will use the lining part to cover it as well. And I'm going to be holding it by half an inch. After that, I'm going to top stitch, pushing the stitch to the lining area. So I'll set that aside. The same thing I'll be doing to the back area. I'm going to be arranging it as well, and then go ahead and fix the illusion net at the back as well. Then use the lining to turn it out the way you're seeing me to demonstrate right now. I'm just going to lay this, I'm going to lay the illusion net on the lining part, then I will stitch it by half an inch as well. Just the way you see me arrange it, that's the way you go ahead and arrange your own as well to sew it down. The way you see me arrange it right now, that's what you'll be doing. And make sure to leave a space. Make sure to leave a space for the zip allowance. So I will stitch there by half an inch. I'm going to be using my, and then I'll use the lining to turn it as well. I'm going to be stitching it the way you see me do. I'll go ahead and top stitch as well. The same thing I'll be doing to the other side. Yeah, I am done with the front part. You can see the lining have been joined to the yoke has been joined. The illusion net has been joined as well. You can see how good it is looking already. The same thing I've done to the back. The back is also ready as well, looking very okay and nice. So what I'll be doing next now, I'll set that aside and then I'll go ahead and cut out my boning that I'll be passing through the casing. So what you just do is to carry your tape rule and run across the casing you have created and get the actual measurement. Any measurement you get, you just remove half an inch from each of them and cut out your boning. So I am just trying to confirm the measurement I have on the dress so that I will cut out the actual measurement of the case of the boning less half an inch to make so that will make sure it doesn't get to where I'll be joining the top of the dress to the down part of the dress as well. Those are my boning, so I'll go ahead and pass it through the top. I'll go ahead and pass it through the top. I'm going to be cutting the side so that the edge will not be sharp. If you have a file, you can use the file, but if you don't have a file, you just use your scissors and cut the edge so that it will not be very sharp. So I'll go ahead and pass it through the bone pieces I have already created. Oh yes, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I'm done joining, passing the boning to the casing. So what are we going to I'm going to be doing next? I'm going to be joining the shoulder. I'm going to be joining the shoulder, shoulder to shoulder. That is what I'll be heading over to do on my machine right now. I just went ahead to use pin to hold down the area where I'll be attaching my zip to the dress. And once I am done joining the shoulder, the back to the front, that will be all for the top part of the dress. That will be all for the top part of the dress. So be expecting my next video where I'll be showing us how to cut out the down part of this dress we are making. Remember, it's a mermaid dress. I'll be teaching you how to cut a separate train for the mermaid gown that we are making. So it's going to be an interesting one. Please do not miss out the next video I'll be posting. Put on your notification bell so that you will not miss out on the next video I am going to be posting, because it will be an interesting one. You will love it. You will love it. Thank you for sitting through and thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up, share, like our video, put on your notification bell to always get notified whenever we post a new video. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.